Hey Cancer, welcome back to Distilled Tarot. My name's Shannon. I'll be guiding you through today's reading. This is our daily reading for June 25th, 2025. Let's see what's going on with Cancer. What does Cancer need to hear from Spirit today? The Hierophant at the heart of your reading tells me that we're talking about either your own expectations for the way things should be, what you deserve, how you need to behave, what society expects from you. Or we could be talking about a more an external organization in society that's the bank, the city hall, this really could be any government body. I'm getting a lot of possibilities. The police, the fire, what's it called? The fire station? The fire squad? What is the word? I can't think of it. You guys are screaming it at me right now and I can't think of it. What's the challenge here for Cancer? Temperance in reverse. When the public is demanding change from an established institution, there's an expectation on both sides of this is going to take a while. It's not something that happens overnight. What's the quote? The arc of moral justice is long, but it bends towards justice. I didn't say that right, but the moral arc of the universe is long, but it bends towards justice. I think that might be it. This is a bit of growing impatient with that vibe. We're not going to wait anymore. The time for revolution is now. I'm done being patient and having trust and faith and hope that unseen forces are going to work things out behind the scenes. It's here you are, lacking that patience and faith in the face of a situation that's requiring action. At least that's how you're feeling about it. What has Cancer's attention? The Five of Swords in reverse. You're not interested in debate. Definitely not when it's just filibustering your time in bad faith. This has a bit of toxic, wasting your time, sort of negative intentions to it. Maybe you're mired in this sort of having to contend with complaints or filing paperwork that needs your attention. You're trying to be effective and there's just squabbling and public complaints that you have to respond to, and threats of lawsuits if you don't get a certain permit or file the paperwork to a different agency or something like that. In the recent past, we have Judgment in reverse, Page of Swords in reverse at the bottom of the deck. It's like, no, I don't want to hear from them, or no, I'm not going to reach out to them. This has the vibe of like, you're thinking of someone that you know that you haven't been in touch with in a while who could be helpful in this situation, and rather than connecting with them or reaching out, you're deciding not to. What is the higher self perspective? How does Spirit see all of this? Well, they want you to let something go and then process the emotional aftermath, those feelings of loss. I don't have a big indication here in the rest of the reading about what we might be referring to. With the Five of Cups, there's part of your life that is generating emotions of loss and grief and pain, and the need to process those emotions before you can really turn your focus to the things that are still okay in life, the things that are still good. Show me what's coming up in the near future. How does this story evolve for Cancer? The Fool in reverse, the Two of Pentacles. You know what needs to be done, and you're willing to work overtime to make it happen, but you're taking the safe route. The Fool in reverse implies that there could be a shortcut, but it's risky, and you've either decided not to take the risk and instead do something that's just going to require you to put in more time and effort, or you're keeping that as an option and deciding not to go down the risky path for now. If this is relationship related, because I do have the Lovers in reverse at the bottom of the deck, I'm considering the possibility of this Fool in reverse, Two of Pentacles combo, like looking at someone who occupies their time and attention with so much that it like detracts from the relationship. And there's an expectation of allowance, like, you have to understand I'm just really busy with work, and you can't tell me I don't get to go blow off steam with my friends, and keeping healthy and going to the gym and golfing is, you know, I didn't spend all this money on golf clubs for nothing. So it's like, okay, you just are very busy. You have a full calendar. Don't expect me to jump into this relationship and believe that magically you're going to make time for me. I'm not going to take it on faith and take that risk, because all the evidence is showing me that you have your hands full with whatever you're doing. And there could be the element of having your hands full with like other people, dating more than one person at a time, and just not wanting to take it on faith that you'll actually be a priority to that person. Your surprise energy is the Queen of Wands in reverse. I think someone's going to open up about their insecurities. For many of you, this isn't actually someone that you know very well. You're just going to witness a sort of, not quite a public breakdown, but like a gap in the armor, so to speak. This is going to be someone who seems like they have it all together, like they're infallible. They never have a hair out of place. They always are like witty and charming, saying the right thing, popular. And there's some sort of a misstep. There's some sort of like, they're either caught on a bad day or it's a bit of like a temper issue. Maybe meltdown was the right word. I'm getting the like meltdown caught on camera. They're normally totally put together, but I think this is someone working at odds to your goals. It feels like when you become aware of this person's meltdown, you're gonna feel a little bit like it's even the playing field for you somehow. And I can't explain, like, it's just, I'm getting that intuitively. Your hopes and fears, we have the World in reverse. Think you don't want to be pushed into an ending before you're ready to accept that it's over. But it's also daunting for you, this doing the emotional work of grieving and processing your feelings of pain and loss. How is this all going to turn out? Strength. You have everything within you that it takes to make it through this situation stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, sort of an energy. It's not always a pleasant sentiment to think about because it implies a big challenge. But like working a muscle and growing a muscle and making it stronger takes breaking it down in order to grow. And there's some sort of, whether it's emotional or otherwise, breaking down that's occurring here within you. It's going to result in a stronger, more fortified version of you as you step into the future because of this experience. What advice do we have for Cancer? How can Cancer best navigate these energies? Don't try and bypass the exit. Don't rush. If you feel like you need to escape and you're in a rush to do so, Spirit is saying slow down. The urgency that you're feeling isn't necessarily real. Part of the reason you feel like you need to hurry up and get out of there is because you are feeling loss and grief and pain. And you think that by removing yourself from that environment, you won't have to feel that way. And there's some truth to that, but remember, from your higher self perspective, the point of going through this is to process and grieve whatever you're losing and integrate those feelings and actually feel the feelings and work through them and not bypass them, not try to avoid feeling them. So this isn't saying don't get yourself out of a bad situation. It's just make sure that you do it the right way and that you're not trying to skip over the difficult emotions. If you do, they're just going to creep up and manifest in a new form wherever you find yourself. Until you heal that within yourself, it'll continue being reflected back to you in your environment. So that's why Spirit really wants you to take this opportunity to feel it, integrate it, and allow it to strengthen you. So Cancer, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that helped. Have a great day, and I will see you back tomorrow.